The Kid from Tyler. In the small city of Tyler, Texas, a boy named Patrick Mahomes grew up under the warm, unassuming sky of a close-knit town. The son of Pat Mahomes Sr., a former Major League Baseball pitcher, Patrick's childhood was a blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary. He wasn't just any kid playing catch in the backyard. He was the boy with an arm that hinted at something more. But at that time, it was just a boy with a dream. Patrick watched his father pitch with quiet admiration. The sound of the ball hitting the catcher's mitt echoed like a heartbeat in their home. His father's stories of fierce games and impossible throws filled the air with possibility. Yet, Patrick wasn't meant to simply follow in those exact footsteps. While baseball was part of his world, his heart belonged elsewhere, on the football field. From a young age, Patrick was curious about everything, testing limits both in sports and in life. He wasn't the loudest kid, nor the most confident. Instead, he was thoughtful, observing, always learning. His natural athleticism was clear, but what set him apart was the fire behind his eyes, a fierce determination to define his own path. At Tyler's local parks and schoolyards, he threw footballs with a unique blend of power and precision. Coaches noticed early on that Patrick had something rare, an instinctive ability to read the game, a sixth sense about where his teammates would be. But for every throw that found its mark, there was an inner voice whispering doubt. Could a boy from a modest town really make it big? Could he escape the shadow of his father's legacy? Patrick's mother often reminded him that greatness wasn't about the crowd watching or the awards won. It was about heart, the relentless drive to get better each day. Those lessons sank deep. Every practice, every missed throw, every ache was a step toward something larger than himself. In high school, Patrick's talent began to shine more brightly. His name started to ripple through local conversations. But beyond Tyler, the world wasn't yet ready to notice. Scouts saw a talented athlete, sure, but they also saw a young man with a baseball pedigree, not a football prodigy. The whispers were there. Could he be serious? Or was he just trying on football like a new glove? This tension, between who he was expected to be and who he wanted to become, became the quiet battle that shaped his adolescence. Patrick Mahomes was more than a boy with a strong arm. He was a boy with a dream, a vision, and an unwavering will to prove himself. By the time he graduated, that dream was clearer than ever. The world didn't know it yet, but the kid from Tyler was about to change everything. And it all began with a single perfect throw that carried not just a football, but the hopes of a future still unwritten. The doubt nobody saw. Patrick Mahomes arrived at Texas Tech carrying more than just a football. He carried the weight of expectations, doubts, and silent skepticism. The same arm that lit up local fields now faced a new kind of challenge, proving himself on a bigger stage where names and reputations mattered more than raw talent. Yet, many around him still saw only a baseball player dabbling in football, unsure if he belonged. The world outside Tyler didn't see the quiet hours he spent alone in the stadium's empty stands, replaying plays in his mind, studying defenses like a chess master preparing for a match. It didn't see the sweat-soaked practices under relentless Texas sun, the aching muscles, the frustration of mistakes no one else noticed. For every moment of glory, there was a shadow of doubt lurking. Recruits with flashing highlights and perfect stats easily captured attention. Patrick's unconventional style and late development left scouts hesitant. They whispered that his arm strength might be enough, but questions remained about his decision-making, his consistency, his ability to lead under pressure. The sting of underestimation was sharp, but it fueled him rather than broke him. In the quiet of his dorm room, Patrick replayed every doubt as a personal challenge. Do I have what it takes? He often wondered. His answer came in the form of relentless work. Study, train, learn. He embraced the grind, honing not just his arm but his mind. Football was no longer just a game. It was a puzzle he was determined to solve. Early games tested him. Some throws fell incomplete. Some drives stalled. Critics grew louder, questioning whether this young quarterback from Texas Tech could ever shine on the national stage. But within every setback lay a lesson. Every misread defense, every failed pass sharpened his instincts. Then came the breakthrough game, a dazzling display of skill, courage, and precision that silenced many doubters. Against a formidable opponent, Patrick threw for over 700 yards, shattering records and expectations. That night, under the stadium lights, he transformed from a promising talent into a player who demanded attention. Still, the journey was far from over. The college spotlight was brighter, but so were the stakes. Pressure mounted, both internal and external. Patrick had to balance the thrill of success with the ever-present fear of failure. His teammates looked to him for leadership, coaches expected miracles, and scouts watched with renewed interest. Yet through it all, Patrick stayed grounded. His family remained his anchor, his father's steady voice reminding him to stay true to himself, his mother's unwavering belief fueling his courage. The boy from Tyler was no longer just chasing a dream. He was building a legacy. As the season unfolded, so did Patrick's story, a tale of resilience and determination, of proving not just to others but to himself that doubt was no match for heart. The NFL scouts who once overlooked him now whispered a new question. Could this young quarterback be the future of the game? The answer was not yet certain, but one thing was clear. Patrick Mahomes was no longer the quiet kid from Tyler. He was a rising star with something to prove, and his moment was just beginning. The moment he took the throne. The day Patrick Mahomes heard his name called in the 2017 NFL Draft, a surge of emotion rushed through him, relief, excitement, and an undeniable hunger. Picked 10th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs, he was finally stepping onto the stage he had dreamed of, yet the true test was only beginning. This was a new world, bigger and more brutal, where legends were made and broken overnight. In Kansas City, patience became his greatest ally. Behind veteran quarterback Alex Smith, Mahomes learned the nuances of professional football, reading complex defenses, managing high-pressure situations, and leading a team with composure. He listened more than he spoke, studying every detail as if preparing for a battle he was destined to win. The 2018 season marked his explosive arrival. Week after week, Mahomes defied expectations with a blend of raw talent and refined skill. His throws, sometimes no-look or sidearm, stunned fans and analysts alike. Each pass seemed to rewrite the rules, blending artistry with precision. Yet, beneath the highlight reels and soaring statistics was a quarterback grounded in humility and relentless work ethic. His teammates admired not just his skill but his leadership. Mahomes carried the weight of the offense with quiet confidence, inspiring trust and belief. Coaches praised his ability to stay calm under pressure, turning near disasters into miraculous comebacks. More than an athlete, he was becoming the heartbeat of the Chiefs. Then came the ultimate stage. Super Bowl 54. The world watched as Kansas City fell behind by 10 points in the fourth quarter, the clock ticking ominously against them. But Mahomes, undeterred, rallied his team with a fiery resolve. Every throw, every call was decisive, a symphony of determination. The defining moment arrived with a play now etched in football history. The 2-3 jet chip wasp. Mahomes took the snap, rolled to his right, evaded defenders, and launched a pinpoint pass to Tyreek Hill in the end zone. The crowd erupted, but Mahomes remained focused. That throw wasn't just a score, it was a declaration. In the final minutes, he led Kansas City on a relentless drive, orchestrating plays with surgical precision. When the clock hit 0, the Chiefs had erased the deficit and claimed their first Super Bowl title in 50 years. Mahomes was named MVP, the youngest quarterback to earn the honor since the award's inception. Amidst the celebrations, one thing stood clear. Patrick Mahomes had arrived. No longer just a promising talent or the kid from Tyler. He was now a symbol of innovation, resilience, and greatness. His story, once filled with doubts and unanswered questions, had reached a thrilling climax, but the narrative was far from over. This victory marked not just a personal achievement but a new era for football. Mahomes had shown the world that courage, vision, and heart could redefine a game steeped in tradition. The spotlight was bright, but the boy who once practiced alone under the Texas stars remained the same.